Welcome to Parking Talks. This week we will be discussing construction with experts in turnkey parking solutions, market leaders in safety barriers and liquid waterproofing specialists to find out more about how companies work together to design, build and renovate parking facilities. Joining us for the discussion this week we have Frank, Commercial Manager Balazs Nedam Parking, Alejandro, Sales Engineer for Project W's Integra Europe, and Rudy, International Business Development Manager at Triflex. Frank, as Balazs Nedam manages parking construction projects from beginning to end, perhaps you can begin by explaining what you do and what impact this has on the parking industry.
Yeah, we are a construction company from Holland. We build multi-story car parks. We're a specialist at this. Yeah, because of the capacity rises and the demand of parking spaces in the market is improving rapidly. We can build very quickly with our system, much quicker than the conventional way of building, for example, with concrete structures. I think this is what we can add to the market, and especially the quickness of building is a good impact on the market.
Alejandro, can you explain a little more about Project W and how your Integra product fits into the whole construction project?
Well, Project W is the manufacturer of a special car safety barrier for multi-story car parks. Our safety barrier system, Integra, is designed for protecting cars and people to fall out of parking buildings and also serves as a closure in one element. Since its market introduction in 2001, we have equipped more than 1,000 parking garages and more than 100 of them are road. Integra offers many advantages for builders as well as general contractors and architects. The patented system meets European standards for car impact loads in car parks and can be used on all common construction methods of parking buildings in Europe.
And Rudy, can you explain what Triflex brings to the construction industry?
What we do is actually liquid plastics. So our products are used to protect the building structure against environmental impacts, mainly, of course, weather conditions. And depending on where the building is located, it could be quite dramatic for the building without any protection.
Frank, you mentioned that speed is of the essence. How does your product and the way you work ensure a quick and seamless construction?
Yeah, we have a modular system. We work with a steel frame and concrete slabs. We also work with supply chain management. So we have our supply chain partners in the chain, and the customer is also a valued part of this chain. So we are very close and near to the customer, and we both have the same philosophy to help the end customer. So the parking people who will use the parking garage have the best customer journey in this case.
It is interesting to hear how you work with your clients to ensure a speedy project. For companies providing a piece of the construction puzzle, we would like to know more about the way in which they work with the construction company during the building process. Rudy, perhaps you can explain how Triflex fits into a construction project.
Yeah, when it comes to new construction or refurbishment, our goal is to accompany the whole process and, of course, all companies involved, and with them the people, to support them in all topics that can arise during the whole procedure, like the analysis of the current situation, including recommendation or advice. When we are a little bit further in the process, solutions and facts and figures are interesting regarding pricing or regarding different materials and so on. On top of that, of course, we have the needed conversations and discussions with the actual people involved. So from the owner all the way down to the applicator who's finally doing our work, so applying our material. And it's quite common that, of course, engineers and consultants are good in what they are doing, but in certain situations you just need special knowledge, and we as a manufacturer, of course, have a high knowledge and a high expertise in terms of waterproofing and in terms of surface treatment, and that makes us quite a good partner in developing the right solution for a new construction or refurbishment.
Alejandro, what else do you think is essential to a successful collaboration?
For us, it is important to be involved early enough in the project. As a rule, we already work on the green field with architects, the planners and builders together. This means that we are involved in the planning at an early stage and can therefore eliminate some usual problems in construction. Especially in concrete constructions, it is extremely important to configure the connections in good time.
It makes sense that projects are most successful when all parties are fully briefed and included from the beginning. Once the initial planning has been conducted, can you explain what happens next in the process for Triflex, Rudy?
When everyone decided on the solution, it of course comes to how the material needs to be applicated. There are certain rules that and requirements that need to be fulfilled, and this is something we offer by ourselves as well, that we take care of the supervision and quality control, of course. Afterwards, some sort of a maintenance guide to support the operator or the owner in things the person or the facility management should take care of. And probably a lot of other things, but I think these are the most interesting ones and the basics that everyone needs during such a process.
Fantastic. Now that we have a clearer understanding of how the construction process works, let's turn to what developments we can expect in 2019. Frank, what trends do you expect to see over the course of the year?
Lately, we see a lot of sustainable questions like green facades, solar panels on the rooftop. Question about EV charging, where should we invest in, how many EV charging. Also, what does the anonymous car will do to the future. We try to prepare our system as much as possible towards this. We talk with a lot of other suppliers in the market who can add functionalities to our parking so it will be sustainable and it is used for a long period. Also, we have a system that you can say after maybe 10 or 15 years, you give it you dismount it and remount it somewhere else. So this is also a flexible option for the future for people when they invest, that they don't lose money on their investment.
Sustainable and green parking is certainly something we are hearing a lot about. Rudy, what is your take on this and other parking construction trends?
Honestly, the most interesting development that I see in the industry right now is to make the car park more than a car park. So to find alternative uses for that one. I'm thinking about roof parks and so on, especially for these things. So as soon as you put something else on top of the roof than cars, it's usually for good, and that is why you should make sure that everything is waterproofed properly, because no one likes to carry it down again. That's at least my opinion. But anyway, cities grow, people keep moving into the cities, so space becomes rare, and for that you need to find solutions. And why not using not used roof space of a car park or any other building for an alternative use than just covering that kind of a building. And that's actually what we are focused on as well. We like to create more than just just a protection. We like to enable innovations. That is actually the motto that we are following there. We like to enable innovations for a sustainable future. I think that is what you can expect from us. So we like to get deeper involved into all the process and developments that you can see in that kind of industry.
It is great to hear that Ballas Nedam and Triflex will be working on sustainable solutions. Alejandro, what trends are you seeing within the construction industry?
Yes, I think the parking spaces are growing, so the spaces between the columns are growing in the same way. So if formerly we came from a parking bay from 2.4 meters of width, Now it's 2.5 meters and sometimes 2.6, 2.7 meters. So the column span is growing, and that's therefore our system has to be changed to get with this new challenges.
It will be interesting to see how construction companies adapt to larger parking spaces. Alejandro, what can we expect from Project W in 2019?
On the one hand, we are currently working on the extension of the safety barriers for a column-free span of up to 7.8 meters, which we have already mounted on the first successful car park object. Proof of the production properties is provided in such cases by means of experts' reports in accordance with the General Building Inspectorate approval for Germany. Currently, we are working on the European technical assessment for the interior safety barriers. But it's like in politics, patience and time are needed. And we currently expect that we will hold on the European approval in about 24 months.
Thank you, Alejandro, for sharing what 2019 holds for Project W. And thank you all for taking the time to guide us through the process of garage construction. It was interesting to hear how you work together on projects, and we certainly look forward to seeing how construction will move towards green and sustainable solutions. Don't forget that you can read the interviews in full soon on parking-net.com. And if you'd like to join the discussion or have any other topics you'd like to see, email us at editor@parking-net.com.